Okay, we're back with Yakuza 3, only during the Cabaret Club thing. Curious then, please walk the premise and evaluate the customer's preferences. Is there anything you'd like to know in the meantime? I'm fine for now. Alright, well, just ask me anytime you have any questions and I'll be happy to give you the answer, okay? Studio doesn't seem to have any customers. Done with your inspection, Curious then? Then let's talk strategy. What would you like to know? Tell me more about basic procedure. The way our club works is fairly straightforward. You go out on the floor, pick up on the customer vibe, and use that information to spruce up the lady of the evening. Do that 3 times, and that's considered a service round. Then you'll get your results, and then it's on to the next one. Now remember, our revenue depends entirely on how our guests perceive their time here, so we need to work in our concert with our staff to satisfy their every need and want. Make sense? Tell me more about inspection. Basically, you'll be walking the premise and getting a feel for the clientele. It should be easy for you to tell what type of hostess they'll be in the mood for just by listening. Some customers go solely for appearances, others prefer a certain area of proficiency, a service stat, if you will. The takeaway here is that our customers won't always want the same thing. That's what makes inspection so critical. Moreover, our customers might have multiple preferences, so it's important to decide which preference to prioritize, as well as to take other more subtle factors into consideration. Tell me more about coordination. So you can have the girls coordinate their clothes, makeup, accessories, and other things to give off a particular vibe. Of course, items and makeups that have already been provided by the club are free to use. Anything else we'll need to pay for up front. I'm sure that goes without saying. And again, this should be obvious. Any expenses we incur will be deducted from our total club revenue, rightfully so. Now, clothes and accessories can be swapped out over and over again, but please be aware you'll have to pay each time a hostess gets her hairs and nails done. Beauty's not cheap. However, mixing and matching certain clothes and cosmetics can lead to surprising results. I guess you can call them bonus effects. Anyway, try as many combinations as you can. What else would you like to know? Fine for now. Alright, well, just ask me anytime you have any questions and I'll be happy to give you an answer. The way things work around here is our girls go out onto the floor a total of 3 times to serve customers. Each service is followed by a break period. During that time, you can train your hostess of choice and coordinate their appearance. I'll explain training another time. She's not a match. They're looking for gorgeous, but I only have I don't even know his stats right now. Damn. There's nothing I can do to... Great hustle out there, Kiryu-san. Come help us out again sometime. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the cabaret club too much. You got some fancy clothes, old man. Wanna tell us where you got them? Come on. Why you keep your mouth shut? What, you scared? We'll give you a reason to be scared. Sorry about that, buddy. We'll stay out of your way. Here. This should cover the cost of getting the stains out of your clothes. Hey, old dude. You look like you got a lot of cash stashed away for retirement. How about helping some young guys down on their luck? I mean, it's not like you're gonna need it much longer. Sorry, I think I'm done. I think I learned my lesson. Thanks for showing me the way. Fragile, toughness easy. Thank you for listening. That was Noko Awan folk song called The Rose Balsam. He actually is actually pretty good. A lot of Okinawan folk songs have themes of love, like this next tune about a young man pining for a woman. It's called The Moon's Beauty. If you have some time to spare, why not stay a while and listen? Not a bad idea. And now, without further ado, The Moon's Beauty.
Huh?
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Who gave you permission to pollute the airways with that wailing? You there, scram, nothing left to see here. Get moving. And you, how many times do we gotta tell you to quit that howling? I can perform wherever I want. You don't get to decide where I can and can't sing. We'll see who decides what once I wire your traps shut. We've had it up to here with you and your stupid old-time ditties. Hey, what are you doing? Please, not my grandma's Sanshin. You're going to break it. Is it that important to you? Don't worry then, we'll make a real smash hit out of it. This looks bad. You punks are the only things getting smashed today. And who the hell are you? Mind your own damn business, Pops. You wanna stand up for this asswipe? Then it's your turn to face the music. You're gonna be sorry. Just you wait. Next time, you're a toast. Thank you so much. I really owe you for stepping in like that. Don't mention it. Listening to that nice song of yours was all the thanks I needed. Oh, you mean the Rose Balsam? I learned that song from my grandmother when she first taught me how to play the sanshin. With your parents' counsel as your compass, with your virtue as your shield, you can face this world with a will as strong as steel. All of my grandfather's life lessons are right there in the lyrics. I bet that's why it's the first one she had me learn how to play. It's a perfect song. I agree, and it's even more important to me nowadays. My grandmother, she passed away last year. She once told me that music is all I have, so the kindness of strangers is all I can rely on to make my way in the world. I sing that song in her memory so that I never forget the lesson she taught me. Sounds like she'd be proud of you. Hang in there, alright? I'll do my best. Thanks again for your help. Oh, and here, please take this. It's an Okinawan delicacy, kind of like a donut. Sata andagi. Thanks to you, I can keep singing here, sharing my grandmother's song with everyone. Keep it up. I'll be cheering you on. The hell are you thinking bumping into me? What, that wasn't you? Bullshit, it wasn't. Now get on your knees and apologize, or I'll make you apologize. Eek. Alright, I'm sorry. Here, should take this and leave me alone. You get a remorse-filled toughness E. Oh, it doesn't tell you how much it... I really should... Hey, you're not from Okinawa, are you? Did you come here from Tokyo? Yeah, I knew it. I've never seen anyone from Okinawa wear expensive leather shoes with pointy toes like that. Can you really tell where I'm from just from my shoes? Never mind that. Anyway, I've always wanted to visit Tokyo. Maybe you could tell me about it? I'll get you something to make up for it. Promise. Sure, I guess I could spare a few minutes. Yay, there's a bar I like right near here, so let's grab some drinks and talk away. I'm Kaede Aniya. You can just call me Kaede. I'm Kiryu. I used to live in Kamurocho, if you heard of it. It's one of the seedier parts of Tokyo. Nope, definitely don't know it. I'm so jealous though. The closest I've ever gotten was a field trip to Kyoto. And I mean, there's so much to love about Tokyo, right? All we've got here in Okinawa is fish and salty air. I don't know, I think Okinawa has its charms. But it's nothing compared to Tokyo. Ah, gee. I sure wish I could have lived up there. But I guess just hearing about it is a good start for now. Sure. What did you want to know? Well, if I'm gonna move up there, I would have to find a place to live, right? Not much rent. How much is rent? Well, if you don't mind living in the suburbs, you can find decent apartments for about 60,000 yen. Oh, that's actually not so bad. When you say suburbs, you're talking like one town over from Kamurocho, right? More like an hour away. The only way to get rent that cheap is to live pretty far from the city. An hour? That's like not even in Tokyo anymore. Anyway, next question. If I do end up living in Tokyo, should I bring my car with me? Everyone's always driving around the city on TV and stuff. I'd never be able to shop without a car anyway. Plus, how would I even get around? I drove into town today after all. A car? Parking fees are pretty expensive in Tokyo, you know. How bad could it be? Like 3,000 a month? I could manage that, no problem. Hardly. It'd be more like 30,000. What? That's practically what I'd be paying for rent. Or do people just live out their cars in Tokyo? Oh, there you are, Kaide. I knew I'd find you here. Oh, Mauchi-chan, you sure do know me well. It's not hard to guess when you always go to the same bar. So who's this? This is Kiryu-san. He's from Tokyo. We were just chatting. You're still thinking about moving? I'm sorry about my friend here, sir. She's so struck by the big city. We keep trying to tell her that she won't last a minute up in Tokyo, but she refuses to listen. That's not true. I can do it if I try, you know. Please, Kiryu-san. You know Tokyo best. Tell her why it would be such a bad idea. You want to go, then go. You want to go, then go. You have to see for yourself whether you can make it or not. Kiryu-san, I knew you'd understand. I can understand why you're worried about her, but if you stop her from trying, she'll just end up resenting you guys. I suppose you're right. I'll manage, don't worry. And if I need help, I'll just give Kiryu-san a call. What? Is that okay? Well, I did tell you to go. Here's my number. Give me a ring if you ever need a hand. Wow, thanks. It's not much, but take this. Okay, we're gonna go now. I'll take care of the tab. Sounds like Hanade will end up in Tokyo before too long. You can only... I'm good. I don't know how much each one does. That's a giant flaw. Okay. One at a time. I can tell you there's not just some guy off the street. You got some real fire in your eyes. You're a real player, aren't you? Well, I got a great place I'd like to show you. Follow me if you're interested. Sure. Yeah, lead the way. You won't regret this. Follow me. It's right through this store. What is this place? It's a gambling hall. Perfect place to cut loose and have some fun. Stop giving me the runaround, man. You're in the wrong here for owling all this money, and now you're gonna pay. Please, not my Aomori. It's the only thing keeping my family going. Fine, then I'll just take the land you're sitting on instead. Bring out the deed now. What? But my ancestors established this distillery generations ago. I can't just hand it over like that. A deed, huh? Maybe this has something to do with that resort development deal. What's going on here? You mentioned the land deed. Please help me. This guy's after my Aomori. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you better stay out of our business. If this has something to do with the resort development, then I'm afraid it's my business too. I take it somewhat of an interest in that issue. Huh? I ain't talking about any resort. This chump owes me a fat stack of cash. I was just telling him that if he can't pay up, then he can make good on his debt by giving me the deed to his land. So that's what this is about. This is going nowhere. I'll let you off the hook today. Either pay up in full or bring me that deed. Your choice. Thank you so much. You saved me from that group. Not really. Sounds like you're still gonna have to pay off the debt. Yes, of course. I did borrow all that money after all. But I didn't have a choice. If I hadn't taken out that loan, the distillery would have gone belly up. You run a distillery. That's right. It's a bar nearby where we make our own local spirits. Atamori, if you ever heard of it. Oh, and my name's Matsushima Kiryu. Good meeting you, Kiryu-san. A few years back, I borrowed 20 mil to try and expand my business, compete with other big distilleries in town, you know. And I take it the investment didn't pay off. Actually, it was a resounding success, but we age our amore for years to create the perfect flavors. Turns out the deadline to pay back those loans came around while this most recent batch is still aging. When was the deadline? It's actually not for another year still, but now they're saying if I don't pay back the full 20 million in a week, I'm gonna have to hand over the distillery. That's absurd. Don't you have a contract? About that, I looked over the fine print, and it did say the lender has the right to demand repayment before the deadline. That's how they get you. Still, only a week. They must really be in a hurry. If only I had another year, I could pay it back for sure. What do you mean? Oh, that's when the Amori will be ready for market. I'll be able to pay off my debt, no questions asked. I tried to explain that to the loan shark, but he kept insisting I pay them right now. Maybe if I could find the heirloom Grandpa told me about. Huh? What's this about a heirloom? Uh, oh, just something my grandfather mentioned on his deathbed. He said if I was ever in trouble, I could sell our extremely valuable family heirloom for extra cash. But I don't have the slightest idea where it is, or if it even exists for that matter. I've heard that story before. Mostly family heirlooms don't end up being the windfalls people expect them to be. Why don't you talk to that loan shark again? Try to explain your current situation. That might be better than putting all your eggs in this heirloom basket. He already knows my situation. That's why he's demanding I pay now. He just wants to steal the distillery from me and the stock of Amori we have aging. That'll net him way more than just the 20 million I owe. That must have been his goal from the beginning then. Set up the contract, then go back on and take not just the distillery, but the booze too. The family heirloom's my only hope. Apparently it's buried somewhere on the beach near some orphanage. Evening Pride, I think it's called, something like that. Wait, you mean Morning Glory? Oh yeah, that's the one. You know it? Know it. I run the place. Never guessed there would be buried treasure nearby, though. What luck. Fate must have brought us together. Please, would you consider helping me find this precious heirloom? I'll make it worth your time, I promise. Mori is an essential part of Okinawan culture, so I won't just stand by while you get threatened. Let's find that heirloom. Thank you so much. I can't believe you're really so willing to help a stranger like me. You're too kind. Thank me once you found the thing. So, do you have any other clues that could help me find this heirloom? I do, actually. Our family has a special song that tells us where the heirloom is hidden. The sound of the crashing waves upon the sand so hot, while golden foam funnels over the sacred turtle spot. The sound of crashing waves must mean it's near the ocean. Makes sense. That would be the beach in front of Morning Glory. Yeah, that's definitely the place my grandpa mentioned to me. The problem is the second line, a golden foam that flows over the sacred turtle spot. I think golden and turtle must be big hints, but I've got no clue as to what it means. Me neither. For now, I guess let's take a look near Morning Glory. Yes, let's do that. Would you mind waiting here a moment before we head out? Why? I need to check on some of the Amori in the distillery to make sure it's all going properly. When you're in the middle of this situation, you sure are passionate about your work. I may not make the best business decisions, but I'm a damn good at making fine alcohol. In that case, stay here and keep an eye on your stock. I'll go look for the treasure on my own. Thanks for being so understanding. If you find anything, please just call my cell. My number's that's 555 Awamori, if you couldn't tell. Right. I'll let you know what I find. Oh. Hey. Hey, old dude, you look like... Okay, so these are just like stock. Oh, I need to level up anyway. caught myself a big fish today, so I'm training myself with a glass of tongue at a time. Oh, I've heard that. That stuff's that Perilla stuff, right? I could go for a cup of that right now with some courage and fresh sashimi. Mm. No, that's a good idea, right there. That tenkata stuff is so tasty, you can done a couple in a couple minutes. My daughter's a fan too. She just got the drinking age, and she just loves making cocktails with tonkan and fruit juice. Drinking with your daughter? Well, doesn't that sound peachy? I just drink the stuff alone. Though maybe I could get the wife to drink it with me. I should remember this when I'm at. How do I get back? Do I just walk this way? No. Just trying to figure out how to get back to where I was. Okay, this is familiar. Good seeing you're curious, and got a burning question to ask. This new military base they keep going on about, yay or nay? That's a good question. I'm against it. I'm against it. Ah, I knew we were kindred spirits, Kiryu-san. People of this island, and they're sick and tired of the military imposing on our land. Uh, Besides, plopping more bases down is essentially saying we're preparing for war, and when that war inevitably comes, we'll be trapped in a combat zone with no escape in sight. Not to mention all this outrageous talk about erecting some fancy smashy resort, as if that will finally make Okinawa prosperous. If you ask me, they're trying to tear down everything we've worked for since the Second World War, all for a little pocket change. Let's meet at Turtle Rock after school tomorrow. Okay, what are we gonna play? Turtle Rock, huh? Is this Turtle Rock? Why can't I go farther? Hey, is Shiro with you too? Nah, Tachi bomb. Ow, don't hit so hard, Tachi. There's more where that came from. Tachi explosion. I asked you a question, Tachi. Come on, Uncle Kaz. Can't you see we're busy here? Just take a break for 1 second. Do either of you know where Shiro is? Maybe in our room? We asked if he wanted to play with us, but he said no. Tachi, blast. Hey, no fair, I wasn't ready. I'm glad you kids are full of energy, just try not to get hurt, okay? We'll be careful. You're never careful. Guess I'll take a look inside. Wait a minute. I guess it does look a bit like a turtle. Better give Matsushima a call. Hello, Matsushima speaking. It's Kiryu. I found a rock on the beach that looks like a turtle. What? Really? Yeah. It's out in front of the Morning Glory. Come see for yourself. Of course. I'll be right there. I guess it does look like a turtle. If this is the one mentioned in the song, and this is the sacred turtle spot, their treasure's got to be right under this rock. Lend me a hand, Kiryu-san. It's digging time. Dig, the only option. Here goes nothing. Oh, I see something. Keep digging. Can't back down now. I think it's some sort of pot. Please keep digging. You're mine, treasure. What the? There it is, Kiryu-san. An Amori pot. I see. A golden foam must have meant Amori foam. After all, top Machimori produces a beautiful head of foam when you distill it. So this big family heirloom you're after is just a bottle of liquor? I don't think this will help you pay off that debt. Don't you see, Kiryu-san? This isn't any old bottle of liquor. This is an extremely old bottle of liquor. This Amori was distilled in the 9th year of the Meiji era, which makes it over 130 years old. 130 years, huh? I'm not sure it's the miracle you seem to think it is. But it is. Right now, the oldest intact Amori in the world is just 140. We're nipping at their heels. You can't put a price tag on a vintage like that. So your ancestors crafted this masterpiece, then buried it to keep it safe. No wonder your family treated it like some kind of sacred treasure. And because all its years have been spent underground, it's extremely well preserved. I don't see any cracks either. Still, I'm not sure it's worth 20 million, the 20 million I owe. Huh? Hey, Matsushima, trying to skip town or something? Don't tell me you follow me here. What's that you got there, huh? An Amori pot. Well, the truth is, you shitting me? 130 years old? Assuming the date etched on the pot is correct, yes. How about that? My boss always going on about wanting to get his hands on a 100-year-old vintage. Is that why you're after my distillery? You could say that. But hey, I got a deal for you. Hand over that Aomori and we're all square on your debt. Huh? You'd walk away from 20 million yen just like that? The boss was gonna use that cash to buy a pot of vintage anyway. Doing it this way cuts out the middleman. And besides, you can't exactly buy a 130-year-old Aomori on the market, no matter how much cash you got. So the way I look at it, that is a pretty sweet deal. Huh. Your boss must really love this stuff. Oh. You bet. That's the only reason I know all this shit. You know, Matsuma-san, I know it might not mean much coming from me, but you really do make the best sour mori. You really think so? Oh yeah. From now on, I want you to stop borrowing from shady fellows like me. Get yourself a solid business plan and leave all this debt nonsense behind you here. I will. In the meantime, get that baby over to our office. We'll settle your debt right then and there. I can't believe it. I saved my distillery. And it's all thanks to you, Kiryu-san. Thank you so much. You should be thanking the ancestors who buried that pot of Amamori. Here, take this. It's a special little something I found collecting dust in our family stores. You'll make way better use of it than I ever would. I didn't really do much, but okay. Well, I've gotta go deliver this. Hope I see you around sometime. Okay, and I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Be easy.